up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, let me just check on my end if I'm live, and then we're gonna get into things, and I will talk a little bit about why we're here. Yes, I'm talking to no one right now, but this is for the playback. Let me check the sound real quick, and then we's in there like swimwear. Hold on. Holla. What's going on? Okay, cool. Here we go. Perfect. We are live, ladies and gents. Before I say anything, I'm going to pause this music, and baby, we're going to ground. We're going to ground. Okay, so let me ground. Let's get our singing bowl and just focus on the sound, whatever it does for you, just be receptive. Okay, I just usually have it around my heart, and just to ground me back into my body, get me back into center, especially coming on live. It's a whole bunch of energies that just start to flood in. So I just want to go ahead, take that time to ground, and so participate if you'd like. It's okay. It can get a little loud. It can get a little loud. Ashe. Okay. Had to get that out. Hey, Keita, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day so far. I know I done popped up in the middle of the day. Let me get my music going. So the last time that I got on here and had some downloads, which I have today, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Oh, and then I have something else I want to share with you guys too, but maybe at the end, if I remember, child. My energy has been I have just been really in tune with my sacral chakra, and really, or getting back in tune with it, let me say that, and just allowing that to let me know what the fuck I have energy for. Okay. Thank you, Keita. So yeah, if my energy permits. Okay. But I wanted to come on because I did get some downloads and I revisited them today, and they were hitting. And I was doing the Aquarius full moon, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, this, the season that we're in, this is what I'm talking about, getting back in tune with my sacral energy, because I was doing the Aquarius full moon horoscopes for you guys in the new format, the story format. Let me know how y'all like that, because it's like I love doing that. But my energy was not primed for that today, and the old version of myself would have pushed through that, would have made myself feel really bad about not having energy for that specific task, and in that I was told to pivot to this and to come live with these messages today. And so that's partly too, like, what we're going to be talking about as well, is just the season that we're in. You will hear, the last time I got on here, I was inspired to have what was it? I think it was Didn't You Know, Erica Badu, Didn't You Know, playing in the background. Now I have, for some reason, I don't know why Erica keeps coming through, but Bag Lady. And if you saw the title of this, right, I heard, when I was channeling these messages, when they were coming to me, I heard laissez-faire, which is a French term. Shout out to everybody who took French in school. And it was a lot of definitions for it, a lot of different translations for it, rather, and all of them were very resonant and in alignment with the messages that I had coming through. It was let it happen, let go, leave alone, let you do, which is a term. I had to look that one up because that's a phrase my grandmother didn't say. Okay. She told me a lot of old school phrases, but that wasn't one. It says essentially, let you do means allowing or permitting someone to do something. It implies a lack of restriction or prohibition, giving someone the freedom to act in a certain way. Listen, today's August 1st, right? And the energies are hitting hard. Right now, if you're feeling particularly irritable, we are in a square. Venus is in a square to Saturn and subsequently Neptune because they're right there by each other, retrograde. Both of those are retrograde, but we are in that square. And um, I think a lot of that is going to come out in here. So let me get to these so I can ration my energy out. And yeah, feel free to interact in the chat, y'all. You know, I don't bite, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So, you know, if it resonates for you, you know, tap in, tap in. Okay, so let me start. Let me start. Oh, my Sagittarius sister, Sagittarius sons. I'm a Sagittarius son, if you don't know. My Virgo rising sister just sent me a happy August text. So I don't know what that means in this moment, but it's 2:09. So thank you, sis, if you're watching. Here, let me text her back. I'm also getting better with that. Just people that I truly care about, just making an effort with them. And even in this space, like, especially those of you who always come through, like, I'm trying to think of something to do for you guys because I really appreciate that. Love you. Okay, had to get that out because priorities. All right, now I was hearing laissez-faire. Y'all see that in the title. So let me go through these first downloads. It's kind of set up the same way like the last one where I had some general downloads. I got some downloads for those of you in couples. The love messages were very interesting this cycle, so pay attention. And then I also got some career / business messages, and I got a lot of, not a lot, but I got very specific dates, okay, of significance for whoever it resonates for, okay? So I'm going to include those as well, and I'll timestamp them in case that's just what you want to go straight to, okay? Whatever floats your boat. All right, let's begin. And let me timestamp this so it's easier for me to go through all of this. All right, now let's start with the laissez-faire one because that was a very potent download. Okay, again, let it happen, letting go, leave alone, let you do. It says, you're finally ready to be moved. And I put that in quotes because that's going to be different for everyone. For some people, that's going to be a literal move. For some people, that is energetic or something like that. So you're finally ready to be moved because you've detached. Okay, with that, I was seeing the Six of Swords. If you know about the Six of Swords card, a lot of times there's another person in the boat carrying, like, as a protection for the other person, carrying them to calmer ground. So I was seeing that with this download, and I heard being carried away, and that came through as a sign that you are protected. Okay, you are protected during this lazy transition. Let me explain that. And then I heard laissez-faire, right? Let it happen. Because it says you're finally ready to be moved because you've detached. So there had to have been some resistance. That is why I think, y'all, August is prepping us for eclipse season, okay? Eclipse season starts in September, all right? I think a lot of August is letting go. I think a lot of August for a lot of people is surrender. I think it's going to have a lot to do with Mars going opposite Saturn, which at first could create a lot of tension points, okay? But it's also going to be a catalyst for growth for the rest of August. So pay attention to that Mars Saturn. The date for that is August 8th. Yes, Lionsgate, which we'll talk more about that. Not today, but hopefully I can get to that. But it happens on Lionsgate, and then the next day, boom, we have the full moon in Aquarius. All right, so here's what Spirit needs you to know about what you've been detached from, what you're moving away from. This lazy, I saw somebody in a lazy river. If you don't know what that is, it's like, you know how people sit in those little floats or the, you know, that you take to the pool, child. It's like a river at like a park, a makeshift river at like a park, a water park or something, and you just sit in there and the water just slowly carries you down the stream until you reach the end of the ride or whatever it is. And that's what I feel like a lot of people are in right now. The thing with that is, um, there could be resistance to that. And what Spirit said in reference to this is that for some of you, the resistance is manifesting quite physically in migraines, headaches, and head pain. Why is that? Saturn and Neptune are in Aries. Aries rules the head. Okay. So that's one way that some of you might be feeling the resistance to letting something go or to floating down the lazy river. Why might we be creating resistance to floating down a lazy river where you ain't got to do nothing? If you've been seeing what I've been posting, it's because of the nervous system and how it's been wired. Okay, so a lot of us, this is why I said we've got to be careful during this time. 11:11. While I said this, I saw 1:11 before I came on here, which confirmed for me that I was supposed to come on here today instead of doing the Aquarius full moon video. So 1:11, 11:11 could be significant, right? Don't Google what it means. Okay. So there were things that we were attached to. Sorry, my mind is reconnecting to the downloads as we go. It's here, it's there, it's not perfect. But what I heard, y'all, is that some people were clinging to something, and what you could not see or what you've seen now is that that thing was hurting you. Okay, whatever it is that you are afraid to detach from, you are afraid to detach from, it is detrimental. Okay, it is detrimental even if you cannot see it. I just got another vision. So with the lazy river, I saw somebody in that floaty and then they just started flapping and panicking. So this is what I mean with the laissez-faire. This is why I said it like 5 different ways. Let it happen, let go, leave alone, let you do, live and let die, whatever, however you want to go about that. Be mindful, because the resistance that we could be creating could be very subtle and very unconscious. It is that fight. They're saying they're coming in with the channel. It's a fight or flight instinct that's coming in. It's a survival. It's a trauma response. That's what they were trying to get to. Okay, so it's a trauma response. So, and everything that's coming to you in this season is not necessarily gonna stick. Okay. Now, I know it might not be a lot of that talk out there, and there's a lot of talk about starting new and doing this, and oh, we're hitting the ground, but just look at the proof. You just have to look at the proof, okay? The outer planets are in new signs. However, 3 of them are retrograde: Pluto, Saturn, Neptune. Saturn and Neptune still have to go back into Pisces before they come back into Aries. You know, so before they make their big conjunction and situate themselves in Aries, the new is not fully here yet. And we're getting a chance to plant the seeds that we actually want to sprout in the new world. Here is what I would say not to do. You can't go at it with the same drive that you've done on the old timelines. And I'm going to say this, a lot of that drive and motivation that a lot of people were feeling on the old timeline of hustle culture and hustle with bustle and never getting tired and striving forever is a trauma response. It's a, Spirit is saying, coming through with the channel, it's a last-ditch effort to avoid poverty or to avoid lack or to avoid scarcity. But in that energy, we're creating our own resistance. Does that make sense? So like, okay, let me go into that next download and it might bring it together for you guys too, because I heard the doubt is not the truth, which is what a lot of people are feeling. A lot of people were not used to being on this lazy river. We're not used to not having to do a lot, you know? A lot of people who are resonating with this energy are used to striving, used to overdoing things, used to, you know, being boggled down with the details and overextending and over and giving, you know, whatever it is. Um, and so that ties into that second vision that I just had of somebody panicking in the water. There's nothing to panic about. And that is the main message that I really want to get through. If you resonate with this energy, right? Is that the old you, okay? That is the older version of you creating the resistance. That's like the older version of you trying to hold on. It's like, wait, what are you doing? Why are you relaxing? Why are you surrendering? Like, wait a minute, we have goals, we have a deadline, we have you know. That's false programming. That's fear. That's lack and that's scarcity. And I'm calling myself out too, you know. So those are the things we have to be mindful of. Check your drive. Check your drive, okay? What I would say is to these messages, okay, is that if the drive is coming from a place of I gotta do this or else, I gotta do this or else I'm gonna be, if it's coming from fear, that's the false programming. And much of what you're doing is going to result in much of the same energy that you didn't like before. There's not much for us to do in this energy, y'all, but fucking trust yourself. Stop looking for the external validation or putting your trust outside of yourself. You know, remember that was all of the energy. I just got another message. It's 220. That might be somebody's angel number or number of confirmation or something like that. But or somebody's birthday. I think I got some birthdays in the dates, y'all too. So, but we gotta trust ourselves, y'all. Okay, because this lazy river vision that I'm getting is like I said, the old you is stress in this energy. It would be anxious. It's that person in the vision that was splashing in the water and shit, panicking. What happens when we do that? You know what? Because listen, I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret and be a little vulnerable. Your girl cannot swim, okay? So I know what happens when you panic in the water, okay? When you flap in and, oh shit, what's happening? You're going down, baby. You're sinking, okay? So you're not crazy, man. Okay, if I don't come on here to say anything else today, you are not crazy. You are not crazy. The doubt that's creeping in is not the truth. It is the illusion and it is the background program in your computer, right? That's just been running. Like I said, you know, it's like how you have a bunch of tabs open on your computer. And after a while, you're going to start running slow. You know, you got to run an antivirus. You got to clean it up, whatever. And that's what this feels like. I need you guys to overstand, try to feel me on this, because honestly, if I'm being quite honest with you guys as well, I'm feeling the universe on this as well. I am developing trust with spirit with this as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, I know because I just got so much faith and I just, you know, like deep down, yes, I do know. I do have this like primordial knowing of like, nah, it's something coming in. It's shifting. It's shifting. You know, the proof is in the energy. Okay? But what spirit told me is that we are accessing a deeper place of faith. That a lot of us, I don't think a lot of us have accessed this maybe since we were children. Before indoctrination, before the disappointment of the world, and you know how that goes. I don't think a lot of us have accessed this since childhood. Okay? And wherever that child lost faith in the world or started to lose their quote unquote innocence, right? Because, you know, I know what happens. It's just so, I hate it for children, right? And by innocence, I mean like just knowing that the world is not all peaches and cream anymore, you know. So if you can pinpoint when that happened for you, great. I don't think it's super important. However, they just brought that in. Like some of you are going to be able to pinpoint where you lost faith in life or where life just completely made you super jaded. I know I can pinpoint a couple places for myself. Um, it says, what did I write? You're detaching from so much that may not make sense because those programs were running in the background like a virus-filled computer. So this is what I'm saying. Some of the things that you're detaching from, you don't understand why. You don't understand, you cannot logically comprehend, but your body somatically, it feels it, right? Or your soul understands why. This is what this title is for. Let it happen. Let go. Leave alone. Let you do. Live and let die. Okay? Drop any more sayings that relate to this. Okay? Um, all right. Let me see, because I wanna pull a couple oracles for this. I don't want to be on here too long, but I want to pull a couple oracles for this. Okay. Anything else? Or I'll leave anything else out of this, spirit. Um, Right. Okay. I think I did attribute the resistance, right? The physical symptoms of that you guys could be feeling. Like I said, it might be in the head, is what Spirit told me. Migraines, headaches, head pain. That's attributed, Spirit said, to Saturn and Neptune being retrograde in Aries. And the word I got for that was unsustainable. Something's unsustainable when you start to feel that. Okay. Now, I don't replace your whoever you trust for your medical professional. All right. So if you need to go see somebody, all the best, go do that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here and pull the oracles because that's all I have for that section, and then we're gonna get into I think I did singles first. I'm gonna do couples first this time. All right, so let's pull and see just what oracles come out to support these messages for all of us. All right, I really appreciate you guys sliding through. I know some of y'all in the middle of a work day. I know some of my international watchers are like, it's a whole other time over there. So it's 2:25 p.m. where I am right now. Wow. Look, indecision. This is perfect for these downloads. It says indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Like, oh, and then you know what? This just made me think about, I didn't say why I put this song on in the background. This is Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. What did she say? I just kept hearing Bag Light. Okay, listen, something about August. Soon as I came into the energy of today, August 1st, I said, oh yeah, I heard the descent begins. The descent, the descent. We're going into the underworld to come back up. Rebirth. New. Okay? New things, new timeline. Yes, the descent will be for the rest of the year. Okay? That's why I said be mindful of like what you're attaching to, what you're starting. I'm not saying you can't start things. I'm not somebody who believes that in retrogrades your life has to stop or that it's doomed or, just you have to check your drive, especially with this powerful Mercury retrograde in Leo. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So this is super important right now because there's so many decisions, there's so many timelines being thrown at us right now. And if you try to decide with the old drive, okay, with the old drive of I gotta do this, something's gotta give, right? If you come in with this last ditch effort energy or like, oh, something's gotta work, if you just are trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and hope and shit sticks, that is a trauma response. If you're trying to escape your reality by doing right now, I'm telling you, it might feel aligned, but you gotta check that motivation because it could very well be a trauma response. We are in so like this shit, like this season has been just like it's been checking me. Like I had to be so straight. It's been checking me. Like, you don't want to do that. And I'm like, no, sure, I'm passionate about that. You don't like that. And I'm just saying, I mean, I guess when I really think about it, I was just doing it for this or that. Like, This is the shit that I'm talking about. And the thing is, like, when you admit that to yourself, that could be so uncomfortable. Keita says, agreed. Yeah, man, like, it's tricky, it's nuanced. And this is why I'm saying I feel like we're being reconnected to parts of ourselves that we've not been connected to in a while. Okay. Yes, Keita. And she says it's definitely been a checking season. And I really think that has to do with Mercury being retrograde in Leo. Because, right, otherwise, Leo is bold, out there, boom, vivacious, center of attention, driven, motivated. But this Mercury retrograde in Leo, and then you have Saturn, Neptune retrograde in Aries with the things that we've already started to build. Y'all remember that energy in April, right? When everything was shifting into Aries, it was like, oh yeah, all things go. And now they're retrograde, and we're like, I thought I was in alignment. Like what now? What now? You know, that is what honestly, I feel like that's what a lot of people could be feeling underneath the surface. And that's why I'm saying be careful, because then if you're feeling that, what are you naturally going to try to do? You're going to try to do more, strive more. Well, let me try this. Well, let me do that then. Well, let me make this plan. And South Node is in Virgo. Mars just crossed the South Node in Virgo. A lot of us have been shown what is not sustainable, what has been absolutely draining our energy, what we've been overgiving and overextending in. And this energy is like an extension of that, because, hold on one second, y'all. I have a package. Hold on, it might cut for 1 second. I gotta check this. I'm sorry, y'all. That's probably gonna happen a few more times in this live, because I just got messages coming through. But Mercury retrograde, child. The lighter side of Mercury retrograde. But I kind of lost my thought on that. But yeah, y'all get it. Okay. Thank you, Keita. You know, thank you. That's another thing. I'm so glad you said that, Keita. She said, don't be sorry. It's life, boo. That's another thing with the South Node in Virgo, right? Virgo's about perfectionism, and you know, Virgo does things so well because they do pay attention to details. Oh wow. She says her package is delayed. Definitely the retrograde that we're in. It's been a lot of delays with that stuff. But I'm glad that she said that. Don't be sorry, because I think the South Node, and especially that Mars crossing over in Virgo, could show you where you've over apologized, over like, you know, like just trying to be so perfect. And that's definitely something that has been working, that the universe has been working with me on as well. So confirmation there. I appreciate that. Okay, so we had indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life, and this is what we're being reconnected to, intuition. This is it. Wow, Virgo moon. Okay, Keita. Yeah, you're definitely in that. And you know, we got those eclipses coming up. So in Virgo, and on the Virgo and Pisces axis. So that's really gonna help you out there. That's really gonna help. When it comes to the intuition, this is what I feel. I know we hear that all the time, right? Intuition, follow your heart, follow your intuition, trust your gut. This is that season. And I don't know if you guys remember, like even through last year, or when the nodes were in Aries, that's when I first started to feel like, okay, these nodes are preparing us for more autonomy. Okay, we have to be more sovereign. It's calling for more self-assurance, more independence, more self-worth, right? Because Aries is the sign of identity, who we are. It is the first sign. Okay, so that was prepping us for that. And I think we're in a season now where it's being tested. We are being called to make decisions not from logic. And when you live in a world that bases everything off of metrics, analytics, logic, you might feel crazy. You might feel like your life is falling apart. You might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm looking like a slob. Like, what am I doing with my life? My life is falling apart. Like, life looks much more fluid. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that when you follow your intuition, there's no structure. right? That's why Saturn and Neptune are in Aries. They're going to create structure, but with what you really want to build, not the bullshit that society told you you had to build. Okay? These downloads are really like, I'm really leaning into them. But yeah, with the intuition here, I think a lot of us, I'm hearing body car, so a lot of us are coming back into the body and realizing what that feels like to make a decision from intuition versus logic. And be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Okay? Especially, I think this Mercury retrograde is helping with that. Because it's in Leo. Leo is the sign also of heart, of courage, of bravery. That's the high octave of Leo. Even Leo getting attention, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the motivation behind it. Why do you want it? You know? What else? Here, Spirit. Spirit, you flowing, ain't you? Okay, Star Climber. This card always reminds me of Aquarius, just because of the star reference too, but Star Climber here. Look at that. And this is okay, so I just had a whole vision with this. Okay, this ladder, I heard ladder of success, right? This is something that is commonly used, right? I've heard that phrase. This dragon, whatever this is, snake, it reminds me of the Never Ending Story. Shout out to y'all who remember that. It doesn't look like it used a ladder to me. Like, it's not wrapped around the ladder. It's not, you know, it doesn't really, it looks like it took another path to like reach the star or to get to the star. And that's a lot of what this energy is. That is a lot of what this energy is. Def, remember that movie? Yes, I remember that. I might have to go back and watch that. See if it has a message. Okay, let's see what else is coming out here. And the gods, goddesses, and guardians. I was called for the love portion. I might pull a couple tarot for that, just to get a little specific, because the messages I was getting. Okay, let's see what else. What else for these messages, Spirit? What else do you have for them? Oh, I love this. Yeah, visionary. Hotep. Hotep. Look at the eye too. I don't know, there is something so significant about that eye right now. For some of you, there is third eye. Oh wow, and I have the Three of Pentacles sitting here as I say third eye activations happening. Okay, so at the same time that like you're being, so that's what I'm saying. Okay, it's a lot going on at once. It's a lot reactivating within us, y'all, because I don't think it's new. I think we're being connected. Hey Shay, it's just collective. I'm on just general messages. So I'm about to go into the love portion though. Thank you for stopping through. Okay. I think I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, okay. I think that's it on those messages there. Okay, maybe. But the last thing that I will leave you with here, okay? Yeah, okay. That's why I was getting that. Okay, because the vision that you have, first of all, you have to be grounded. I'm seeing this is root chakra color, the red. Right? This is why I'm saying like so many things are happening at once. That's where I was going with that. Like the intuition is being sharpened. How? Right? Like, let's get specific with that. How's our intuition being sharpened? How are we being tested on that? How do we know? Right? Like let's take the concept of intuition out the woo-woo and ground that shit. Like, how do we know? And what I got from that is, again, you've got to slow down. So you have got to slow down, be able to check yourself and ask, okay, what is the genuine drive behind this thing? Like, would I be doing, would I still engage in this thing? Would I still accept this thing if I wasn't in this situation? If I wasn't talking to you know what I'm saying? Like, In order to do that, you have to go slow. And the bypassing of this season, okay, could very much be speed. And what spirit is like, you know, ah, yeah. There was a download. So what spirit is again connecting that to is a trauma response, because I was just shown that vision again of the person in the lazy river. Remember, you don't have to do shit in the lazy river. You just sit in the thing and it just floats you down the river. It just takes you where you need to go. Or you hop off where you want to get off. It's just that simple. But if you're not used to that and your nervous system is like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we need to be doing something. We did, you know what I'm saying? Then you're panicking. Oh my God. And you've created your own resistance. You're not floating anymore. You're sinking, right? When you panic in waters, when you can't swim, right? Or just period, you panic. Even the best swimmers, they panic, you're gonna sink. So this is a very, not tricky, I don't want to use that word. You just need to be honest with yourself, go slower, be quieter, I would say, with Mercury retrograding in Leo. Not mute yourself, but speak when it's from your heart. Speak the things that you really want to, you know, that you know what I'm saying? Engage with that, with only with that. Okay, Leo is about authenticity. Leo is the real. It's about the real. And a lot of the stopping in our tracks has been because unconsciously some of the things that we've been going after, we didn't even know that we weren't being authentic in it, that it wasn't our dream, that the drive was false, we were moving off of borrowed energy. That's another thing. Your energy levels will tell you. That's why, like I said, I've been so like being so called, and I'm about to get into the love messages, but being so called to connect with my sacral chakra. Like, girl, do you have energy for this? It's as simple as that. But again, logic will complicate it. Logic will be like, well, you know, and no, it is not all of that. Do you have energy for this? Is this something you truly want to do? When you think about this and you see yourself, visualize yourself going through these steps, does your body reject that? Does it accept that? This is what we're getting back into, is coming back into the body, which I think can serve us a lot more with decision making than just using the mind. Okay? You can quote me on that. Because I'm truly starting, I'm just like, just through life experience, and I mean, I'm not the most experienced in life, right? But just through life experience, thank you, Kita. Kita says agreed. I'm starting to see that the logical mind does not have it all figured out. And I truly think your body, your intuition, your sacral power, your solar plexus power, your root power, your heart can tell you a whole lot more and can guide you a lot more clearly into the direction that you want to go. We have to remember that the South Node is in Virgo. It's not about sticking straight, plan, especially if that's the way you're used to doing things. Remember, outer planets are in new signs. We're moving differently, especially after the end of the year when Saturn and stuff starts to go direct. All right, okay, I'll close out those messages. Golly, that took what, like 40 minutes? Wow. It is what it is. So now I'm gonna go into the couples messages because I got those first, and then I'll go into the singles messages. Okay. Thank you, Kita. I'm so grateful for you guys as well. You guys always show up. It is not for me, like you show up for yourself too, you know? So like I appreciate that. I respect y'all for real. Give me 1 second. Let me do something real quick. Like 2 minutes. Got some water. Coffee. Okay, let me get some water, guys. I didn't expect for those to go that long. I've been drinking a lot of water lately too. Much more water. And I don't know, but have y'all has you guys' body naturally been fasting itself? Like, it's not take like literally rejecting certain things that maybe you used to crave or like had a hard time with before. I know I've been noticing that with myself. It's like my body is going into very natural organic fasts, you know, as I'm drinking water. Okay, come on, alignment. Come on, alignment. um right. So it's like, yeah, the body has been, man, I'm telling you, it's all we are coming back into full. That's what it is, Spirit. So we're coming fully online. When you're fully online beings, as we are, right? Although they try to tell us we're not, as we are, you use more than just this. This can't get you through life just off the strength of this. What about the heart? What about the gut? What about these other parts of ourselves? What about the solar plexus? What about the splenic authority from your spine? What about, So allow yourselves to make decisions from more than just your logical mind this season, okay? All right, let's get into the love downloads that I got. I'm gonna start with couples, and let me just try to timestamp it at least. All right, not too bad. Okay, these were interesting. So just follow me, okay? So for couples, I got, this is positive. I hope somebody's pregnant, okay? And Spirit was very specific with the transit on this. Venus is now in Cancer, right? And Venus is also going to, that means that Venus is going to have a very juicy and beautiful conjunction with Jupiter in Cancer. And that should be beautiful for everyone. Um, I'm not somebody that's like, oh, it's roses, it's gonna change your life instantly, but the energy is accessible, okay? And we'll talk about that. But they just made that very specific to this download, and they also said for Scorpios, okay? And if you're a Scorpio rising, that makes sense. That's happening, that conjunction's happening in your ninth house, but also Jupiter rules your house of children too, because Jupiter is associated with Pisces as well, and that's your fifth house, okay? So that one, yeah, okay. But it could be more than just a Scorpio who's pregnant, or, okay, it's not just that. So someone's pregnant or having talks of getting pregnant or birthing something new together, right? So pregnancy does not just have to be birthing a baby. It could be birthing a business, birthing a new idea, launching your website together. Okay, now this is coming through in couples messages. Okay, so let me just be specific on that. Now, here's the second part to that. Whatever it is that is being birthed will be a beautiful catalyst for change. It will push you both organically into your next level of dynamic, right? So whatever this is that's being birthed between two people in romance is going to take the relationship to the next level in a very organic way. It's not going to be forced. Okay, Spirit's coming through with the channel saying you guys will flow into your new roles, whatever that might be, whether that's dad, mom, entrepreneur, boss couple, I don't know. Okay. Now, some of the things started to get maybe a little heavy. I don't know. But I heard clearing the past and feeling supported in doing so. So somebody in the connection, I got that as one person. Now, as I was going back over this, Spirit connected this to the person in my last downloads from the last one in the love messages. There was someone who was projecting their insecurities and projecting their nervousness. And the other person in that pair was on the receiving end of that, but they were seeing through the illusion now. So before, they could have thought this person was just grumpy and, oh my God, they just have such a bad attitude. But then they started to see, oh, you're insecure. Oh, you're overcompensating. Oh, you're nervous. So this is your trauma response, right? That word keeps coming up because I think a lot of us are unconsciously acting in trauma responses, and that is where the Leo energy is checking us. Like, that's not you. You're not supposed to be doing this, So I just wanted to make that connection, okay? In case you want to go back and connect those two. I think these messages are connected. All right. Now, one person in the connection, I think, is that same person is clearing the past and feeling supported in doing so. So the other person is supporting them. Um, yeah, because this person has been operating off of the old programming of how they think they should show up in a relationship. And I think that is also kind of what came out in the last one too. It's like, okay, I see that. This could be a masculine energy that I'm talking about because I saw a guy in two big breeches. Like, you know how you play in your parents' clothes? Like the breeches have suspenders and they're wide. There's a big gap. They're falling off. So this could be a masculine energy or somebody who thinks that they have to play a role or be a certain way in a relationship. And that's starting to break down. The other person is supportive of that. Okay. Now, this is where I had to ask Spirit if this was connected. And I think it is for some of you, okay? You have to be accountable and use your discernment. Your intuition is your superpower, all right? So, for some of you, that person in that energy, and it could, I don't know who it is. It could be that person, it could be the other person in it who's receiving all of this, right? I picked up on a dynamic where someone is plotting out of insecurity. Let me underline that word they just said, because maybe it is the same person since that's a key word with them. Somebody is plotting out of insecurity. And what I mean by that, nothing like nefarious, okay? But maybe planning to leave or paranoid that they'll be left. And so they're in this ego energy of trying to beat somebody else to the punch. Or ego energy and on the other scope of things is that now they're trying to do more. They're trying to overcompensate. They feel the distance. They feel something. They feel an energetic shift between in the dynamic. And so they're like, okay, are they about to leave me? Am I about to be abandoned? Let me clean. Let me do this. Let me cook them dinner. Let me buy them a gift. Trauma response. Okay. So it's like this is happening universally in different ways. All right. So thank you, Spirit, for giving us just those different ways that it's playing out so people can really relate. Okay. And the word that came was like somebody's trying to pull more weight to not be discarded. And I thought that was such a harsh word for somebody to like feel, you know, like discarded. Like we say discarded with like trash, right? Like discard that. We don't need that. You know, so I thought that was really interesting for that word to come through for somebody to feel like that. Okay. Now things started to get a little specific here, okay? Because as I came to that word discarded, I started hearing this song. Some of y'all might know this. My music taste just all kinds of stuff, okay? Let me preface this with that. I heard oh god. I heard going to the chapel and then gonna get married. And that's the only line I ever knew from that song. Okay, going to the chapel, going to get married. Now, with that, I saw the Ten of Swords, and the Lovers reversed. Ten of Swords upright, Lovers reversed. Okay, I looked at the lyrics to that song. Two of them stuck out to me. Two lines, married in the spring. Why did that stick out to me? I'll give you the date. Now, I guess I'll go to some of the dates and then I'll reiterate these and timestamp it. But April 4th was one of the dates that I got. That's the spring. That was Aries season. So I want you guys to go back and check that date. That was also, we were in a first quarter moon in Cancer. Okay. Feelings. Okay. And the thing that came with that date was surrendering to the heart. That is what I heard with that date. Mind you, I got these dates after I did those love downloads. So there could have been a marriage that happened around that time, or a union, a coming together, a declaration. Hey, we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Hey, we're taking it to the next level, whatever that is. Okay. I think they put that in there so you could reference a time with this person and go back to that and see what was going on. Okay. The second line that stood out to me was, and will never be lonely anymore. For some of you, this retrograde is going to force someone, maybe mutually, to realize just why they or someone else committed. And it was loneliness, or not wanting to be lonely. Okay. Okay. I feel like that could hit hard for some people. Okay. And the last thing I got on that before I pull cards, I'm going to pull tarot for this one. So I can try to get a little specific for you guys. The last thing I got on that is that whoever's feeling this energy, this person either wants to be single or they miss singlehood. Okay. I want to say though, I think that this person is, again, the person that's connected to the old program. Okay, so I think that that explains like where their mindset is. All right, but let's go ahead and see what comes out in the tarot messages. Oh wow, that's crazy. I picked up the deck in 2 cards. I dropped 2 cards. It was the 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. Okay, so let's see. Spirit. Pack light. Woo! Oh my gosh, man. I don't know what energy I just came into August 1st today, but man, the shifts are crazy. The shifts are crazy. Woo! We are being prepared. Like, man. Okay. Here we go. Spirit, for the couples. Please. Thank you. Listen. The Fool. This is so significant because what date did I just give you? April 4th. Whose season is that? The Fool's, i.e. Aries. Okay, so this is Aries energy. That could be even specific for some of you if it's like a zodiac thing, if you're dealing with an Aries. Okay, but you have the Fool here. You have the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I heard we've got a runner. We've got a runner. Okay. I also feel like as I slow down into this energy and just sit with it more, this is also picking up on the person who may have rushed in the past to be in union out of loneliness or fear of being lonely or never being chosen or whatever it is, that all of the Mercury in Leo is touching on all of those themes. Okay, and with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, it's like the roosters, the chickens are coming home to roost. You know, now I also feel like to that first message for you guys, the Fool and the 8 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune, and Spirit just put this back in my heart just literally right now. This is that message for those of you who are going to be organically moving into that next level. All right, and remember I said it was going to happen organically. That's the Wheel of Fortune right there. The wheel turns. The wheel turns. The wheel is sometimes considered fate and, you know, destiny, and right, timing, divine timing. Okay, so okay, it's so I'm getting like dual messages here. I'm gonna attribute that to Uranus and Gemini. Okay, I'm like reading 2 stories at once because when I cut the deck, the Tower is there, and look who showed up behind it. The Justice card. The Justice card can also be about legal matters. It could be divorce, especially paired with the Tower. Or it could be forcefully seeing the truth about something with the Tower being there. Okay. What's the challenge here, Spirit, for these people in love? Page of Wands in reverse and the 3 of Swords. The challenge right now in this dynamic is communication. Okay. And either miscommunication, which, I mean, we've been talking about Mercury retrograde the whole life, so that makes sense. But Page of Wands in reverse, the 3 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, either there are words that are unspoken, or, excuse me, Wands is fire, Leo is fire. That's where Mercury is retrograding. There are things that are being said right now, or not, that are hurtful, that are, it might be leaving someone to guess, or is triggering someone in the connection. Yep. There it is. There is the rejection wound. There's the abandonment wound. Three of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. I heard, why not me? Why not me? I think that is like, if Mercury and Leo retrograde, if Mercury retrograde and Leo could speak, I think that is probably one of the phrases it would say, why not me? Because Leo is about attention and center of attention at that, and spotlight, and me, it is. In retrograde, that's where a lot of us are being checked. Okay, and in this dynamic, especially for those of you who resonate with the latter half of that love reading, in this dynamic, there's nothing to fix. You've got to slow down, allow yourself to go within and ask, why did I do this? You might come out, like, here's what I'm saying, y'all, right? Because I know I'm a Scorpio rising, I can get very, like, intense. I get it, okay? But what I'm saying is you could come out and realize, no, I do want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have the motivation for this. You might come out differently. You might do it differently, right? Some of us are getting tools to be able to move through life easier with less work, you know? It's not that, because also I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, it's no work and it's just all easy and it all just comes to you, right? But it's different. The work is different when you truly in it, when you want to do it. It's different than having to, like, say, for example, get up and go to a job that's like, I don't fucking want to do this shit, and like it's not taking me nowhere, it's a dead end, and I don't see myself growing in this. That's different. Putting in work in something that way, that's a whole different vibration. You get what I'm saying? So I think that is what somebody in this connection is realizing. Somebody's being checked on why they made a decision, why they're with someone. Okay, clarify the Page of Wands in reverse. Justice in reverse. Justice was just out here upright. Justice in reverse. 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, you know, I'm going to be honest with that. That feels pretty tough. And whether someone is actually lying or, again, there's miscommunication from lack of communication. Someone's triggers are being dug up here. Okay, and in a minute, I'm not going to leave you hanging. In a minute, I'm going to pull some guidance, and you can take that at your free will. Okay, but the 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands here, someone's ego is getting hurt. Okay, somebody's like, damn, I thought I could do this, but I don't know. I don't know. And that is the universe. That is all those outer planets and Mercury retrograde questioning your why. Why'd you do it? And this is where we've got to be real with ourselves. This is what I'm telling you, man. I've had a lot of ego checks in this energy. I'm not even going to hold you. Lots of ego checks in this energy where I've had to be like I said earlier in the live, like, damn, I'm not in alignment with that anymore. I should have been stopped that. Like, you know, don't shame yourself though. Just be honest with yourself. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's get some guidance for this couple, spirit, or whoever in the couple needs it. Whoever needs it, spirit. Let's get the guidance here and just clean it up for them. Oh, hell no. Nah. I mean, I love this for y'all, but this is very clear. So I just got full body chills. I mean, the 9 of Wands, okay, came back out in the Creator card. On the bottom of this deck, it says no. I'm trying to get it to clear up. It says no. You are not to push through that. You are not to push through. Okay? Now, I know I'm sounding like your mama right now. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You got free will, right? But this is saying, like, you don't, this does not have to be a struggle. This does not have to be a struggle. And you're used to whoever's in this, like, whoever might not feel like I'm speaking to the person who's on the receiving end of this, you're used to pushing through that to get love, or to think that, no, well, it's not all going to be easy, right? No, it's not. But if your why is not clear, you're going to start to be resentful towards this person or this situation. Okay? Come on, man. Cut the deck in the 2 of Cups. I get excited with stuff like that. That's genuine excitement, y'all. Okay, and then behind that is the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. What was the why? Was it a flingy fling that, you know what I'm saying? It was good in the beginning and it carried on too long. Like, I think whoever's in this, you have to really be honest, because you could be, I'm hearing, in the thick of it. Like, in the thick of it. Like, you've already, I was just about to say, you maybe signed a contract or something. That's for those of you who resonate with that marriage message, okay? And as I say that, this card is sitting right there, the Arbiter. What is she holding? That's justice right there. 2 times, right? Because you had justice in reverse as well. As I come back to this, they're bringing me back to justice in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse. Somebody's weighing this. Somebody is weighing overturning a decision, a contract between 2 lovers, marriage. It can be a verbal contract. That verbal contract of, yes, we're exclusive now. We're together. You're my boyfriend. You're my girlfriend. You're my fiance, whatever. I don't know. Okay? Somebody's weighing that. All right? I'll get one more guidance on that. We're going to move to singles. The Sun. How aligned. Oh, my God. The Sun came out, right? Let me show you that first. That's big Leo. That's what we've been talking about the whole time, pretty much. And look who's on the bottom now. The Mother Star saying yes. Look at that. Come on. Clear up for him. Come on. Focus, focus. See the yes right there? Y'all can see it. There it is. It says yes. The 9 of Wands came out. Struggle. Pushing through. Gotta persevere. The No card was out to clarify this. The Sun comes out, major arcana, big shit, life moves, moving in your truth, not dimming your light. And the Mother Star says yes to that. I will leave you with this, what they're saying. Accept the truth of the situation. Any attempt to fix, strive, do more is a trauma response. Particularly if you know that you've already done all that. You've already done all that. Then that's the energy I'm talking about. Okay. That is where I'm going to wrap that for you guys. So let me clear that up. Let me clear that energy. And I'm going to use the tarot for singles as well. But I have some downloads for you guys first. Okay. It's the weekend. You guys have plans? What are you guys doing for the weekend? Y'all chilling? It's hot. Actually, though, it's cooling down. I heard it's going to be a very cool weekend, actually. I try to keep up with the weather, you know, because I can't stand being hot. Or being stuck in the heat, rather, you know. But they said it's going to be cooling down this weekend, so that'll be a welcome change. But also, it's probably going to do something with the weather, too, and the astrology is kind of saying that, too. Whatever you guys do, be safe. And understand that people might be irritable, preferably or particularly women, or the feminine energies in your life with this Venus square Saturn, okay? They just might not, you know, be moving to the beat of your drum. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get into my singles. Let me timestamp you guys. And not me hearing that. I'm hearing Salt and Pepper. I always hear that song. I always hear that for singles. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the singles downloads. So, singles, let me put this in the chat, because when I got this download, I legitimately cracked the fuck up. Okay, so I'm gonna just have to put this in there for the single. So when y'all come back and watch the playback, if you don't see anything else, I want you to see this. Singles. The first download I got from you was so loud and clear. Do not go back. Okay, do not go back. Yes, I know it's very typical and cliche of us, but it's the truth to say that in a Mercury retrograde, things are coming back from the past. We're not only in a Mercury retrograde, though. Pluto's retrograde, Saturn and Neptune are retrograde as well. And they'll go back into Pisces, which is the past. So, you know, I think this message is going to ring true for a while for some singles, okay? Now, let me keep going with that. But that was in all caps. Like, I don't know if y'all can see my notes at the top. Like, that was in all caps. Okay? All right. With that, it says, do not go back. It was so hard to leave. And playing in this threatens your stability. And Spirit was very matter of fact about that. Exclamation mark. Okay, you see me put quotes around playing. You know they're not on the same vibe as you. Okay, whoever it is, you know that you've outgrown it. Your body tells you, your spirit tells you you're bored. You feel like you have to contort to be with them. You might have to dumb yourself down. You know, you might have to kind of come out of your spirituality. Whatever it is, that is what they mean by playing in it. Don't even weigh the option. As soon as your energy rejects it, that's it. Honor yourself in that way. That's it. Okay, that's what Spirit's saying there. Okay. Now, in addition to that, it says something or one may try something or someone may try to come in under the guise of business, but the intentions are hidden. Move slow. Now, just because intentions are hidden right now, right? Remember, we're in a Mercury retrograde until August 11th. Okay. That's why just with that, I saw move slow. Okay, with I saw the yellow, like, exclamation point emoji thing. Okay. In this energy, that is what we're being called to do, right? So I know we're hearing these terms a lot. Move slow. I mean, at least from certain people, you're hearing go slower. Check in with yourself, okay? Okay, in addition to that, I also got, it is a manipulation tactic to pierce your energy field because your boundaries have gotten much stronger. So this person, this thing, whatever it is coming back under a guise because the way they used to come back into your life no longer works. They can't get through your boundary. Like, they can't even get up to the wall. You know, so they have to come in with wearing a different hat. Oh, hey, I'm here to fix your toilet. You know, then they get in there and they're like, so, you talking to anybody? You know, it's that type of thing, right? So, you know, somebody trying to come in under the guise of like business, you're right. Could be like, you know, and watch what you sign or are agreeing to. Even, you know, Spirit is really stressing not just written contracts. Understand the energetic and verbal contracts that you bind yourself to with just your words. And so that's why okay, thank you, Spirit. They're bringing me back to the word playing. That's what they mean. It's like when, okay, give me an example. I love when they do that. It's like when, you know, somebody come up to you, right? And they're like, man, it's just so stressful out here, man. Shit is crazy, man. And you like, yeah, it is. And you don't even really, nothing's crazy for you right now. Things are going great for you. You're not stressed, you know. But sometimes we just are on that autopilot, or sometimes we do that out of trying to be relatable, not wanting to seem like we're up here and this person's down here. It has nothing to do with that. Okay. And I think a lot of that South Node in Virgo is that too. Okay. I heard with that, I heard Mario, Just a Friend. You say I'm just a friend. Okay. Or Biz Markie, whichever version you rock with. All right. Now with that, I heard, even if it's a new person, but with the same energy, you gotta slow down enough to see it. That shiny new object, that shiny new person could be wrapped in beautiful packaging, right? Looking good, handsome, fine, nice clothes and threads, house, the car, whatever. But they carry in that same energetic signature. And that Mercury retrograde in Leo can trip you up with that. It'll put the shiny shit in your face. It'll, you know what I'm saying? As like a test. Does that still move you? You know? Okay. So I feel like my singles might be going through like a test period. Okay. Then the last thing they gave me for you guys was red flags to look for. Okay. And it's really only one. And it brings us back to the body. So y'all see how like these messages connect us back to getting back grounded into ourselves enough to open up these different centers, not just the logical mind, but these other centers that help us move through life, all these other chakras that also play a part in our decision making. Okay, it can't just be this. It can't just be this. And as I've been getting into human design more, why y'all didn't tell me about human design? Why nobody told me about human design? Okay, because as I've been getting into human design more, I believe it even more that all of our decision making can't come from here. The mind just doesn't have all the keys. The mind is going to constantly try to figure shit out. The body, these energy centers, they feel, they know that we have so many more senses. Like the hair on her skin is like a sense. It's a, you know what I'm saying? Like we're coming back online. Like we're coming back into our fullness. 111. What did I say? What did I say when I first started this? 111 was the confirmation for me to go live today. That's crazy. Okay. So the red flag is if you have to think or question if it's safe. Okay. Oh, that was it. I formed it like it was going to be more. If you have to think or question if it's safe. Spirit says there should be no confusion. Do not bypass the body cues. Okay? Which is what your body's going to be telling you or indicating when you're around this person, when you think about going back, when you interact, whatever it is. Okay? Oh, wait, I picked up the deck upside down. By the way, I don't purposely put reversals in my deck. Any of them. So when they flip out, they're truly flipping out whatever way they come out. Because that's just how I do it. You know? So just to let y'all in on that. All right, let's go ahead and just pull some more energy to clarify for the single spirit if you have that to offer for them. Okay, if you have that to offer for them, spirit, we would appreciate it. You can't make it up, y'all. 6 of Wands. Why is that important? The 6 of Wands is the second decan of Leo, and it's where I believe it's where the Mercury retrograde started. Yes, it started in the second decan, I believe, and it's going back into the first decan of Leo because it's not going to go back into Cancer. So it's, yes, this is the 6 of Wands. What is the 6 of Wands about? Attention, right? Now, the 6 of Wands is not like inherently a bad card, but there's something about what is going on in this energy for singles that it is about attention. Okay, now it could be you, you know, and you just have to be accountable. That's it. That's it. Because don't be hard on yourself, because what I've noticed, like I said, I've been checked too. And it's just those programs that's running in the background that you just don't know. You just don't know. It's a blind spot. We all have them. I don't care how awake you are, how evolved you consider yourself to be. We have blind spots. Okay, and it's seasons like this that help bring it to the forefront if we can detach from the ego for just a bit. Okay, so the 6 of Wands here. Tell me what else. Wow, Wheel of Fortune is out here again. Excuse me. Now, I also feel like, okay, they're kind of shifting me off of this person coming back from the past. Now, I also feel like for some of you, hey, Brooke, thanks for stopping in. I also feel like for some of you, this is you stepping out of that energy, you know, allowing yourself to, it's like healthy attention. It's not the Mercury retrograde energy in Leo. It's not the, oh, look at me. Oh, look, I'm going to contort myself and be something different for someone just to be validated, just to get accepted, just to get that attention, just to get that love, just to be the center of their world. That's the shadow side of that Leo energy, which is what that Mercury retrograde could be bringing up. So some of you are actually on the other side of that. Some of you are realizing. Some of you are moving through that. Some of you are being accountable. Oh, I see where I've just been kind of wanting just attention. Okay. Sometimes that's not an easy pill to swallow. So that's why I say be easy with yourself. You know, give yourself grace with these blind spots. Some things you just don't know until you know. Period. Okay. What's the challenge here? But some of you do have some type of attention seeker, like, you know, I think you would know that card just spun. Oh, I wish I got that on camera. Okay, I don't know if it went upright or reverse. Let's see. It's the Hierophant in reverse. It just spun around. That's crazy. All right. For some of you, this, I mean, this is just up and down. Like the Hierophant in reverse is like a, it could be a marriage that has dissolved, a relationship that has dissolved things. It can also be representative of being like outside the box, not following like the rules of something or the way things should be with the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. Two of Wands and the Devil. Do y'all remember what I said at the beginning of your downloads? It said, your very first one, do not go back. It was so hard to leave. And playing in this threatens your stability. This is what I feel like this is speaking to. And this is coming up in the challenge position for you singles. Okay, so, you know, really pay attention to that. And I'm going to pull guidance for you guys that, again, you could take with at your own free will. But the Two of Wands and the Devil there, that's that. Thwarting, okay? Throwing a monkey wrench in the plan. A distraction. The Hierophant in reverse. Something that is able to, like, act as a kryptonite to you. You know what I'm saying? Take you off your A game. As I said that, my chair almost like rolled from under me. No, seriously. Okay, that's a message. So feeling like the rug, like this person could literally pull the rug from underneath you. Destabilizing. That was literally the word that they used to stability. Let me underline that. And stability has a lot to do with the Hierophant because it's Taurus, one of the most stable signs. It's one thing that I absolutely love about Tauran energy. All right, clarify the Hierophant in reverse, please. The Magician was flipping and flipping. All right. And because of that, like, I pay attention to everything, how the cards come out, the movements that they make, how they land, where they land. It was spinning. I feel like this is something or someone that could be very good with words, very charming, very charismatic. Mercury's retrograde in Leo. I mean, we can just attribute so much to that. Real slick. This is why you have to be grounded in the body and not just the mind, because if you're just using the mind, then sometimes it's easy to get swept up by people's like words, you know, talk. But if you feel it in your body will let you know they lying. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Have you guys ever felt that? Like, I know they're lying to me, you know? Yeah, Eight of Wands and the King of Pentacles here. What's behind that? The Sun and the Queen of Wands. You know, again, because your boundaries are very hard to pierce right now, this person could have some type of entitlement. Again, that's another energy that's in the energies right now. Entitlement. Yeah, King of Cups. Excuse me, King of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, feeling like they have some type of claim to you. That is another, you know, energy that's playing out. You know, it's almost like, you know, who are you type of energy. Okay, so let's get some guidance for you singles. Okay, let's get some guidance, Spirit, for anybody dealing with this energy right now. Okay, you see how that flipped? I thought it was gonna go out upright. Eight of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands. I know that's right, Spirit. Just, you know, Spirit has been very clear with the guidance. I appreciate that today, okay? Because we in the Mercury retrograde. Eight of Wands in reverse here. The Three of Wands, you know, stay focused. Stay focused. If this is somebody that's blocked, I would keep them there. For some of you, this could just be, I'm going to keep it real. For some of you, this could be an aspect of your own self, right? This Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands could be you wanting attention, yearning for that attention. I'm going to say that's not inherently bad or wrong for any of us to be feeling that in this season. Oh, at the door. Hold on. I wasn't expecting a package that soon. Okay. Sorry. Somebody get it. Oh, okay. Sorry guys. That was weird. I wasn't expecting that. But some of you, this could be an aspect of yourself. You wanting attention. You wanting to, you know, have reach out to someone. You know, you kind of battling yourself and your own discipline and your own boundaries. Okay. All right, let's clarify this Eight of Wands in reverse before we move on to our last section, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping through today. Oh, didn't I say Spirit been very clear? I appreciate it again, Spirit. The Creator card has come back out, and if you remember in this deck, y'all, it says no. It says no. Don't take them off the block list. There's not really anything to communicate here. You have to trust your higher self here, okay? Remember, Spirit says it was so hard for you guys to leave this situation, whatever this kryptonite is. Playing in it, okay? Whether you're entertaining it for like temporary attention, you know, I get it. Hell, we're human. We came down here to have a human experience, feel human emotions and sensations. I get it, okay? I get it. I'm very much human with you, okay? But whatever this is, Spirit is very clear that it threatens your stability. And I feel like the star on the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Cups behind that, the Strength card really supports that. Really supports that message. Singles, you have been working very hard on your shadow work, very hard to build yourself up, to have courage in your path, to not consider yourself to be necessarily like lonely or whatever it is. Like I'm just sensing that you guys have done a lot of shadow work on yourself for Spirit to deliver that message in such a way. Okay. Page of Cups and the Eight of Cups here. And this person, I will leave you with this. It feels like feeds an abandonment wound, okay, from your inner child. Page of Cups, Eight of Cups here. They keep fulfilling that prophecy of the inner child, and your inner child does not feel safe with them. And that is what the body is telling you. My angel number is on the screen now. All right, so I'm going to close that message out. And the last section that I have for you guys are career, business messages. That's kind of how I got it. That's kind of how Spirit broke it down in the last one too. Like career, business. I don't want to say money. Okay. Y'all know. Semantics. All right. Okay. Let me shuffle up. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting this August energy to hit just straight like this. And I think it hit even more potently, like I said, because Venus is newly in Cancer and hit that square to Saturn today. The square perfected today. I mean, we're in it today, tomorrow. It starts separating on Sunday. So, yes. Okay. Let me get some water, and then we will get into the final section. I'll timestamp everything afterwards, guys. Okay. All right, let's tap in. Let's get the timestamp. We have one. Okay, guys, let's get into career, business messages. Okay, I'm just going to read them, go down the line. Oh, and then I'll give you guys the dates, okay, that I got. For career, I heard the very first line was, take the silent clarity. Let me put that in there. Let me put that in the chat. Career. Because these are like just big, bold statements that were just coming out. Take And I think Spirit did that because if you get nothing else, if you don't listen to anything else, if you turn it off, that's it. Take the quiet clarity. Okay. The silent clarity. Same thing. Okay. Take the silent clarity. Stop fighting / searching for clarity. It already came. At least with what needs surrendering. Okay. So if you're confused, if you feel like you don't know what to do, I feel like, okay, Spirit is confirming it's resistance. You're creating some type of resistance. Spirit said it's fear. You know what to do, but it scares you. But it scares you. In reference to the quiet or silent clarity, let me be clear with that. That ties into what I was talking about all throughout this, really, is that this Mercury retrograde is so powerful in Leo that, again, some of the things that we've been pursuing, career paths, I know a lot of our egos get caught up in our careers and, you know, our titles and what we do and who we are and our occupations and our status and our impact on the world. But we got to keep it real. A lot of people have created lives off of these very things that don't align with their truest values, or not anymore. Maybe at one point, you know, things change. So the silent clarity that I'm referring to is like a lot of what I've been experiencing and from talking to people and stuff is that the thing that people are supposed to be doing or that they're being guided to do is coming through in very quiet, very self-assured but quiet ways. Meaning, for example, I would use myself as an example. When I thought about leaving the teaching field, right, because I've been a private music teacher, so, and this has been a thing of mine, right, you know, leaving the music field, and I thought it was gonna be like, yeah, I just had this vision in my head, right, like, yeah, I'm gonna leave, and this one day I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm out of here, you know. Yeah, no, it was much quieter. It was this feeling of like, it's time. Yeah, it's time to go. This doesn't align anymore. Let's make some changes here. It was more so that. And that's why I'm saying, be mindful in this energy, because I think the actual clarity is a lot quieter. It's not the noise. It's not loud. Okay? It's not trying to convince you. It's not logical. It's not up here. It's very much felt and very much, it's very subtle. That's why I'm saying you can be, it's trickster energy in the air. There's trickster energy in the air. Even people in things that don't know that they are tricksters, you know? That's what's so fucking tricky about it. Like, it's trickster energy in the air, okay? So that's what I mean by the silent or quiet clarity. The things that are coming into alignment, they're a lot quieter than we thought they would be. Okay, things are looking different or playing out differently than we thought, but it's getting us there. Okay. Yeah, I saw the 6 of Cups here. I saw the 6 of Swords, and I heard full circle. You're coming back to something that you dropped because now's the time. So a lot of you guys are feeling this nudge to pick up, old things from the past, pick up creative projects, start the creative project that you didn't do, start the business that you didn't do. Now's the time. So if there was something that, and let me say this, let me not say, sorry, because I want to try to be clear. Let me not say, now's the time, go do it, go, 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 go. Now is the time to start really playing and engaging with those ideas again. And to really feel if they are in alignment with you. And a lot of questions, like I've been framing it a little bit differently now. Versus, remember what I said, like you can't keep using this. So I've been asking myself, like, you know, what kind of experiences do I want to have? Like, how do I want to feel in my everyday, in my work, my service, right? Because I'm trying to not say work, service. How do I want to feel in my service? How do I want people to feel from my service? You know, it's more along that line of questioning, internal questioning, that I feel like we should be going through, or that a lot of people organically, it's like an organic process that's starting to happen for people. So I don't think it needs to be forced, but you can journal if you want. All right. Okay. This was the last download that I got, and it was so matter of fact. I just put the pen down. It says, choices approaching. You will be leaving a contract, a job, a collaboration, or something of the sort. Again, choices approaching. You will, capitalize, be leaving a contract, job, collaboration, or something of the like. Eclipse season is in a month, y'all. If you don't think that August is preparing us for these shifts, I need you to slow down and check in. Okay? Don't bypass this energy with busyness. Don't let them tell you to bypass this energy with productivity. Don't let them tell you you're lazy. You'll miss it. Being productive and making something of yourself, and you know, those times that there's not, like I said before, let me pull the cards on that. Like I said before, the energy we're in, yes, it's slower. It might be asking us to move slower, and it might be a little painstaking. I get it. But that's not going to be the pace forever. We're only moving slow to get back into alignment, to get back into our bodies and feel. Because as I've been doing that, I have been realizing, oh my God, girl, like, when did you detach so much? Like, I have just been, I've been having bouts of where I just am crying, like just grief of like, oh my God, like, whoa, when did this happen? When did you shut this part of yourself down? When did you fragment yourself like this? It requires that level of honesty. Okay, and we are in this, y'all, to November. So, and of course, you know, just because planets go direct again, don't just mean everything, you know, but you'll start to feel it lift. All right, so let's see. And then I'll give y'all the dates, and then we out of here. Enjoy your Venus day, as Venus is squaring Saturn. And then, because today's Venus day and then tomorrow is Saturn's day. Craziness. Okay, we have the Magician here. I'm gonna put oracles for this one. You have the Magician here, and you have, come on. And you have the Inventor. These two cards together, it just is alchemy. It's giving entrepreneur, it's giving boss, it's giving something is starting. What did I say? I said, what came out? It's a full circle moment for some of you. It is a full circle moment. Some of you are coming back to something that you dropped, and it had to do with something that you created, that you invented. On the bottom of the deck says Awakener. This is what I'm saying. You're being awakened back into this. This is remembrance, really. This is what it feels like. We're remembering. Coming back online. You know, but on there too, okay, on the Magician card, there's the Trickster too, right? You see, there's the Trickster. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the Inventor is here. What kind of reality are you trying to create? Like, what do you want to create? We can go this way, we can get with this, we can get with that, but it's up to us. That's why you got to slow down enough, because some of us are in shit right now where it's like, oh my God, how did I build this? Like, what am I living in right now? You know? So what else, Spirit? I'm really feeling these readings for us, y'all. All right. You have adversity. I accept the challenges. Excuse me. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Hold that. You also have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I actually feel like this adversity card is connecting us to that full circle. A lot of you went through that. There was a download I posted like probably 2 weeks ago or something. I don't know. But it was about how I'm noticing, I've been talking to a lot of people. I had this very experience myself where I had a full circle moment where I was like really trying to outsource things and like get more information about something. And I thought that so many people knew more about something than I did. Okay. Only to this year. This was a years long process for me. So only to this year come back to the very first point of that journey and say, I'm just gonna go with my idea. Yep, my way was the best way all along. Not because I'm better than anyone or better than you. It was just that what spirit had given me was true to me. I just didn't trust it. I just didn't. I'm like, how's that gonna work, spirit? I mean, come on. Trying to figure it out up here. Of course I'm not gonna figure it out. It wasn't created yet. It was gonna be something special for me, something that I was creating myself. But so because I did that, I had to go through like the fool's journey. Okay, all right, we're going through this journey. Cool. So spirit, let me go through the journey, the fool's journey. Met a lot of people. Helpful, some unhelpful, some conniving, some that did give me some information that I did use to further my, so it was just a whole journey. But this is what I feel like a lot of people went through adversity because they didn't trust their own idea. They didn't trust themselves. And this is what that full circle moment is speaking to. Does it mean, no, spirit is saying it does not mean that the trickster energy is not going to be there. You just have to be discerning of it. All right. Last oracle for these messages, spirit. Oh, okay. You have Maulisa with balance. Maulisa. Balance. There's something coming through with that, right? Because I've been doing I did a deep dive on Maulisa like a couple weeks ago just to understand the energy better. And what I got from it is, she is the masculine and feminine. It is the masculine and feminine marriage, right? So it's androgynous. It's it is the merging of energies. And so that could be attributed to what I said here, the magician, the inventor. That's alchemy, right? What does an alchemist do? It transmutes energy. It energies, it merges different elements. And I think that's what a lot of you are doing. You're creating something, like I just said with my own personal example, that it's not been seen. There's not a blueprint yet. So no, there's not a lot of people that you might be able to ask for guidance or, hey, how do I do this? Or how do I set up my business thing? Or, I'm not saying you can't ask for help, y'all, but I just hope you get in this message. Like, you are the blueprint. You're creating it. And a lot of this Saturn and Neptune, when they conjunct in February 19th, 2026, that'll also be when we're in what? Aqua season. Okay? So, and we're about to have Aquarius full moon is why I'm saying that. So, a lot of what we are meant to create, it's not been created yet, y'all. This is a whole fucking new timeline. We have not truly interacted with this energy yet, is what I'm saying. So a lot of the rest of this year is going to be closing out all of those old programs. So watch what you're starting, or again, what that drive, where your drive is coming from. Because we still got things to clear out the rest of this year. So that when Saturn and Neptune make that conjunction in February, them seeds that you've been planting, this right now, okay? The energetic seeds that you've been planting, it's not about striving, oh, let me do this, let me get this done, this done, this done. Not unless it's in alignment, okay? With what you truly want to create. The seeds, the energetic seeds that we're planting are what's coming into that conjunction, are the reality that we are creating, okay? Like, it's so real, y'all, because the outer planets right now, in retrograde, Saturn and Pisces still have to clear, Saturn and Neptune still have to clear those ending degrees of Pisces. But then next year, they're not going back into Pisces. It's up. Everything is in new energy. That's the new reality. That's the new energy. That is what we are being prepared for. Do not distract yourself with, I gotta get this, I gotta be busy, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Check why you're doing it, or it's going to be much of the same that you don't want, and I don't want that for any of us. Okay, so let me give you all these dates and we out. Okay. What time? Oh Lord. My son's martial arts class got moved to later. He went to a different class, so that's good. Okay, that's actually something I've been thinking about taking up. Just taking up a little hobby or something. Just something fun. I always want to do either salsa dancing or like bachata or martial arts, you know? Because it's tough, you know? Just super cool. Okay, let me give you guys these dates. Let me timestamp them in case anybody just wants to go straight to the dates, which is fine. And then we are out of here, y'all. Pack light. Oh, I put the wrong time. See, that's why my timestamps be wrong. Okay, here we go, y'all. These are the dates that I got. They could mean many different things for many different people, okay? First date, this is a reiteration because I already said this. April 4th, okay? That would have been Aries season, and the moon was in a first quarter moon in Cancer. Oh, that I get it. Yo, I just connected that. The reason why, listen, where's Venus? Venus is in Cancer. Venus is in the first quarter, which is how we get the first quarter square. Okay. So, wherever the moon was at this time. So the moon was in Cancer, okay, during this time. But so there's something connecting that time to where we are right now. Venus is in Cancer now. Jupiter is in Cancer. Okay. And remember, the message with that date was surrendering to the heart. There was something about that time where we were surrendering more to the heart, to our emotions. Okay. The second date, July 24th, that was the exact date of the most recent Leo new moon, which we are still in the Leo moon cycle. We are still in the Leo lunar cycle. Okay, even after the Aquarius full moon, that is a part of the Leo lunar cycle. It will end once we have the next new moon. So once the moon goes back into Leo, and then it gets ready to make a new lunar cycle in Virgo. Okay, so to note that July 24th Leo new moon was opposite Pluto. I heard that is where some of you started an awakening. Okay, so you can expect a culmination at this Aquarius full moon, August 9th, which is one of the dates. Let's go there. So one of the dates is the Aquarius full moon, August 9th. And I got that because Spirit said a lot of this for you guys is culminating around that time. And that makes sense because Mars and Saturn go into their exact opposition on the 8th. If you understand or believe in the 8-8 portal, that's on the same day. Okay. Okay. And the last date that I got was January 3rd, 2026. Okay. This will be Capricorn season. Okay. And we'll be in a last quarter moon in Libra. Okay, now I even got a time for that because I went and looked at when that last quarter moon is going to be. That's like around 10:30-ish p.m. Keep in mind I'm Eastern time. Okay, January 3rd, 2026. Okay, something about Capricorn season and the last quarter moon. Okay, and the last quarter moons can be about releasing things. Okay, so mark that date. That could be a release of something for you guys. I know a lot of people consider that to be the new year, you know, so there could be, I mean, obviously some release around there. All right, so that is what I have for us, y'all. You know, I'm gonna pull us one final card just to end with, put a little bow, a little cherry on top of our reading, and then send you guys off. have to have a karaoke night or something. Oh, I love this. Wait a minute. That just scared the fuck out of me. Not really, because I'm a Scorpio rising. Always shit like this always happens. But what did I just end on? What was the last thing that I said? It was the last moon. I said January 3rd, Capricorn season. Last quarter moon in Libra. Pulled out my moon cards. Shuffled. You guys saw me. You gonna win the karaoke. Shay said I'm gonna win the karaoke. I'm a, okay. Maybe we'll do partners or something. But look at what just came out. The last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. I'm telling you, don't get tricked out of the energy. That is literally the moon that I was just talking about. Make time for self-love. So that's also clarifying for you guys, maybe around that time, January 3rd, 2026, what some of you will be dealing with or what you might need to be doing. And on the bottom of the deck is the full moon in Taurus. It says detoxify. Okay, and making time for self-love, like I said, the last quarter moons are about releasing. It could be that you are releasing something, you are detoxifying from something, you're detaching, you're fasting from something that is allowing you to love on yourself more. Okay, so that is what I have for y'all beautiful people. I appreciate all of you guys that came through today. I know you are all in different parts of the world doing different things, and y'all just came through to my live, so I appreciate that. I pray this these messages have been resonant for you, that you're taking it easy. I pray that you are trusting yourself during this time, and able to, you know, just really lean on your own discernment and allow yourself, trust yourself to strengthen your intuition, you know, and trust that it's going to lead you where you're meant to go. Okay, so I appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the things, you know, if you feel called to. Okay, and I will make the announcement at a different time. I think I'm gonna do it at a different time. That's what my energy is telling me. So just stay tuned, because I feel like it will be something that's very beneficial to everybody, and it's something that I've been thinking about, of like how I can, I don't know, I just want to offer it, you know, and just how I can offer it in a sustainable way for myself and my energy, but also just something to especially show my appreciation to a lot of you guys who have been with me for some time. Shay, Kita, let me shout y'all out. Brooke, you came in here. I haven't seen your name, but thank you for stopping through. Rachel, you're not in here. The Ninas, the Nikkis, okay. I just really appreciate you guys. So I think I've rambled enough. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Venus day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be seeing you guys soon. And till next time, y'all. Bye.